Hey everybody, and welcome back. You're here at Stock Picks by Tim, and today I'm going to talk about a stock I haven't talked about in a while. It's one of my highest conviction plays, and that stock is none other than Indi, ticker symbol INDI. And we actually have another analyst giving it coverage just, I believe, about 3 days ago as of this video, and he's giving it an $18 price target. But let's get into it, guys. I hope you guys had a great week. Now let's get into this. We've got Indi with an average price target of 1667, representing a 37% upside. We've got a high of 18 and a low of 14. And the new analyst that just covered this was John Vin with KeyBank. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he's a 5-star analyst with an $18 price target right there alongside with old Craig Ellis, and I covered that one in a previous video. Craig Ellis, he put his price target, I want to say about 2 months ago now maybe. But we've got John Vin. Here he is. He's a 5-star, ranked number 422 out of 7,700 analysts and 557 out of 15,888 overall experts. And he's got a success rate of 66%, otherwise basically a 2 and 3, and an average return of 16% overall. And on the right here, you'll see other stocks that he's given price targets to. Pretty much most of these you can see are semiconductor plays. He's got ones like Texas Instruments. We've got Micron, big fan of that one, very bullish on that. I've got videos on that one previously. And we've got Broadcom, we've got Qualcomm, Nvidia. Some of you guys are very bullish on that one, but it's very nice to see another analyst with a bullish price target on this. And here you have it. When it was actually 3 days ago. As for Craig Ellis, that one was 2 months ago, and then Ross Seymour 2 months ago. These are the most relevant because they're the most recent, although you'll see that all of the analysts that have covered Indi are 5-star analysts, and they are all very bullish. Now, as for Craig Ellis, he's a 5-star, ranked 170 out of 7,700, so he's like top tier, I'd say, with a success rate of 64%, average return of 25%. Very nice. Now, getting into the chart, you'll see here the diagonal lines that I've talked about before, and we did break that, but then it came right back in and bounced. We actually have a nice gap. We might fill that gap in the future. We did bounce right off of this 10.95, $11. So that was a strong support. It was a previous support a few times. It was a previous resistance before, but it basically turned into our support. And we will see if it continues to trade along these diagonals here. But at least we do know that 11 is a pretty strong support here. I actually, how I've played this one is I sold a put, cash secured put, so I'll be forced to buy 100 shares if it goes under a strike price of $10, which I think is very limited downside. Like it can go back down to 10, sure. My break even for this is actually $9.58 because I got a $42 premium, which you would subtract that from the price of the stocks you'd be forced to buy if it does hit that $10 strike price by the date, which was November 19, 2021. But I felt very good about that. I've also got warrants. I've also got some very long calls, like some 22s, 23s. And yeah, I feel really good about the cash secured put. Very limited downside. I don't see it coming down to 10 again, seeing how strong it held over 11. But also keep in mind that it was only a couple days ago that the analyst gave a price target, which could have been very likely what caused this bullish momentum that we just saw here, going back up to 12 with very little effort. And remember, guys, earnings is coming up here in November. Okay, and I will be covering that when we get closer to that there and giving my thoughts on that. I think where it's at now, it's at like a kind of uncharted territory. I would personally wait on it. I would actually want to be waiting to see if we can fill this gap here. That is where I'd be looking. I'd be looking for an entry point very close to the low 11s. Okay, if you're long term on this, sure, go ahead. Dollar cost average, designate maybe a certain amount of money every week, 20, 50, 100, whatever you want to put into this every week, go for it. But personally, I've got my long calls, I've got warrants, I've got the cash secured put ready to buy if it hits that $10 strike, no problem there. And, I'll be happy to actually buy some shares if that cash secured put expires worthless and I get that premium and am not forced to buy the 100 shares, then I will possibly just buy, I'll just buy it here and there if it comes down to the low 11s. But I'm definitely very bullish on Indi. This is still one of my highest conviction plays. I realize I haven't talked about it in a while, kind of just been hanging out in the background, just doing its thing. We did have that somewhat recent news about Traction and them acquiring that LiDAR company. But ever since then, we really haven't heard much, about Indy besides this recent price target, which that definitely gave it some bullish momentum here. But I see it potentially cooling off before we move further, unless very soon we start hearing about some positive semiconductor news, aka no more semiconductor shortage or just easing tensions on that at least. But alright guys, this basically all I got for you. Just want to let you know we've got another analyst with a bullish $18 price target, and I think that's awesome. And we will see how this does moving forwards. But thanks again guys, as always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.